Hey, welcome back to another episode of Team Building Tips with John Sgromolo. We'll be right back with John's tips for today, but first, let's hear from our podcast sponsors. We want to thank Violet Defense for their support of the Educational AD podcast. Violet Defense is dedicated to protecting our world from germs by bringing the power of UV disinfection to everyday spaces. Their patented technology enables them to harness the power of the sun to incorporate ultraviolet light into products and environments like never before. Whether you're ready to implement existing products, or if you'd like to explore researching and developing a custom deployment of their technology for your school, Violet Defense has the solutions and the experience you need. Go to violetdefense.com for more information about their terrific products. We also want to thank Sideline Interactive. You know, it's becoming harder and harder to fund an athletic department these days, but Sideline Interactive's indoor scoring tables and video boards can generate $10,000 or more every year, while also creating excitement in the gym and the ultimate game day experience for your athletes. Go to sidelineinteractive.com or call 832-786-0302 to schedule a live web demo and see their tables and boards in action. You can also email them at sales@sidelineinteractive.com for more information. We also want to thank Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. You know, they are on a mission to bring your school's legacy to life. They provide a variety of interactive touchscreen video consoles and an extensive library of templates to make it easier than ever to recognize the athletic achievements of your students, both past and present. For ideas on how to showcase your school's diverse history, along with your proudest moments, visit vitalsignswalloffame.com or learn more and get started with your own digital Wall of Fame tribute. Call them at 614-981-3589 or email them at sales@vitalsignswalloffame.com. We also want to thank Huddle. Remember, at Huddle, we power sports. More than 180,000 teams, including the best in the world, are using Huddle to elevate the performance of their teams using video and analytics. Huddle's the complete performance platform. They have online tools, mobile and desktop apps, smart cameras. Of course, there's analytics and a whole lot more. Huddle's built for every level of play, including club and youth teams, high school and colleges, and even professional teams are using Huddle. You're in pretty good company. With over 6 million users, including your student athletes, a lot of their parents, and the coaches at the colleges and universities that you're trying to get your kids recruited to. If you want to find out more about what Huddle can do for you and how your school can become a Huddle school, go to huddle.com and talk to their professionals. Remember, at Huddle, we power sports. We also want to thank Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Athletic surveys are a quick, easy, and affordable way for you to collect comprehensive data that allows you to evaluate and improve your athletic program. Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack also gives you access to the 95% of the players and parents who really love your program. And it gives them a voice to help demonstrate the importance that a positive athletic experience has for them. Go to athleticsurveys.com and check out our testimonials, and then give them a call at 1-800-738-6466, or you can email them at info@athleticsurveys.com to get started. Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Let them help you take your athletic program from good to great. We also want to say thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. Learn more at hometownticketing.com. Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Team Building Tips. John Sgromolo, Certified Athletic Administrator and the County AD for Clay County Athletics, shares best practices. John's been absent for a couple of episodes, but he had a good excuse. He and his wife celebrating the birth of their first son, Charlie. John, welcome back. And I got to ask, you got a picture you can share with us?
Hey, Jake. Well, first and foremost, thanks so much for bringing me back. It's been exciting. It's been tough. You know, I love this segment, team building tips, getting to help athletic administrators all over the nation. And yeah, it's been great. Charlie's awesome. There's a picture of him. This past Sunday was his 1 month birthday. So Charlie Phillip Sgromolo. Haven't had the opportunity yet to get him on a baseball field or on a golf course, but we're doing some eye tracking training at home. So he'll be ready for a curveball and those putts in the grain we got to work on. So, but it was just a true blessing, and it was some fantastic family time. And unfortunately, I won't be at the national conference just due to his needs right now. But plan on attending next year. So it's a super exciting time.
Well, I'm sure, we're all looking forward to, let's see if I can do the math right, the 2040 LA Dodgers draft class.
That's right. Left-handed first baseman out of Clay County, Florida. There you go.
All right. Well, hey, John, you and I were talking before we came on, and again, this is team building tips. You mentioned today's topic was on communication, championship communication, and you said you had a couple of different picture scenarios. So, what do you have for us today?
Well, Jake, one of the things that really separates athletic administrators is the ability to effectively communicate. And that's just leaders in general. Like you think of the best coaches that you've played for, or the best principals that you work for, or just parents that you've worked with that just have great communication skills. And there's two little exercises that I want to talk about today. First, we got to give props to our boy, Jamie Beckler. I actually got this from Jamie Beckler at the FI AAA conference this past April. And it's a little exercise in how important our words are. So, Jake, I'm going to put you on the spot. You're going to be an actor for me on this. And luckily for our listeners on all the Audible platforms for the podcast, you won't need to see Jake. You can just hear him, because that's how important our words are. So here's how this is going to work. You're going to say the word O-H. All you're going to say is O. I'm going to give you a bunch of different moods and or flexions of the word O. Okay. And after the first two, you'll understand what we're doing here. So all I want you to say is the word O. Are you ready, Jake?
I'm going to try to do this for you here.
All right, here we go. Happy.
Oh.
Very good, Jake. Sad.
Oh.
Nice. Jake, you're a pretty good actor. Excited.
Oh.
Nice. Nervous.
Oh.
Good. Surprised.
Oh.
Confused.
Oh.
And upset.
Oh.
So as you can see, and for all of our listeners, here's the challenge question that I have for you. Great job. Everyone give Jake Von Shear a round of applause. That's tough to do, but good job, Jake. So the challenge question for our athletic administrators is this. How many words did Jake say? One. He said one word. He said, oh. And it could be interpreted in 25 different ways based off of his tone. So it's a real challenge as a leader and as an athletic administrator. Remember, when you're talking with your coaches, when you're talking with parents, when you're talking with community members, your tone is everything. And that's just a great exercise to make sure that you are kind of pre-screening your tone when you're having certain conversations. You may want to show excitement. You may want to show sadness, but you want to make sure that your tone matches your words. So that's our first thing for today in team building tips about how communication is key. The second and final thing in this short session of team building tips is be a team first communicator. Many times as an athletic administrator, you're going to have tough conversations. You might have a coach that's made multiple mistakes, multiple of the same types of mistakes, and you may have to get on to that coach. You may have to go to that coach and say, Coach Jake, listen, I told you that the gym needed to be cleaned before you left for practice every day. I got another nasty gram from the custodian saying that your basketball practice facility was left in a wreck again. So depending on that coach's personality, demeanor, how they react to constructive criticism, there's a way to spin that in what I call team first communication. I would bring that coach in and say, Coach Jake, hey, let me ask you something. For your program, what's most important to you? And Coach Jake might come to me and say, Well, our gym, the way that our gym looks is just so important to us. I like when the community comes in, when our team and parents come in, they say, wow, this gym is spotless. And I'll say, yeah, I remember when I brought you in that was one of your values. Well, hey, I just wanted to remind you, like after practice yesterday, Mr. Smith, the custodian, said that the gym was a wreck. And I know how important it is to you that your gym is spotless. So I just want to give you a heads up, just try to remind the team, that they've got to clean before they leave. So you've essentially gotten onto him in a very indirect way, but you're going to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Now, as a leader, sometimes we have multiple of these conversations, and then it becomes, Coach Jake, you need to clean the gym, but I think sometimes leaders fall short when they go straight to Coach Jake, you need to clean the gym. So always try to have that team first communication. When you're using words, you don't want it to be you, always pointing the finger. It's it's our athletic department. It's our team. Sometimes ADs get a little bit, they depart from being a coach, or they depart from being an athlete, and they forget that team language that is motivating and inspiring and synergizing and brings people together. So just remember, next time when you're having these conversations, remember your tone and use team first language.
Guys, this one really hits home for me. I remember early in my career, that other style of, hey, come on, you got to clean that up. And I learned far too late in my career, using that team first language. It's a great lesson, and one I wished I would have learned earlier. John, you always have great stuff for us. If one of our listeners wants to reach out and pick your brain a little bit more, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Very active on Twitter. You can follow me at Coach Sgromolo, and Sgromolo's Sgromolo. You can always give me a phone call here in the office in Clay County at 904-336-6919, or you can email me, john.sgromolo@myoneclay.net. And as always, I'm here to help and here to talk shop with athletic administrators. It's a great job.
All right. Well, again, listeners, I really encourage you to reach out and pick John's brain. He has a wealth of information. So, John, thanks again. Congratulations as well for Charlie, and you and your wife certainly enjoy the coming holidays. Right?
Absolutely, and I'm not sure if we'll sneak one or two more team building tips in before Christmas, but I want to wish all of our listeners a very happy holiday season and a very Merry Christmas. And I saw John Gordon said last Monday there was only 5 Mondays left in the year of 2021. So keep getting after it.
All right. Well, again, for our listeners, we're recording this on December 2nd, so I think you'll hear it in a very timely manner. John Sgromolo, thanks so much for being on. For listeners, remember the YouTube videos, or these videos are uploaded to YouTube on the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We appreciate you listening today. Come back again next time for team building tips on the Educational AD Podcast. We really want to thank all of the great sponsors that make the Educational AD Podcast and team building tips possible. Violet Defense, disinfecting professionals. You really need to check out violetdefense.com. Of course, Sideline Interactive at sidelineinteractive.com, video boards and video score tables. Wall of Fame by Vital Signs with the video consoles for your Hall of Fame. Check them out at vitalsignswalloffame.com. Huddle at huddle.com, analytics, and a whole lot more. Athletic surveys by LifeTrack at athleticsurveys.com, and hometown ticketing at hometownticketing.com. We appreciate our sponsors and encourage you to check them out because they are the best in the business. Thanks again for listening to Team Building Tips and the Educational AD Podcast.